Rules and regulations of golf. So the aim of the game is simple: to hit the ball round the golf course into the hole in the fewest shots possible. You do this for 9 or 18 holes. So the time. So the duration of a golf match depends on the skill of the player, the traffic of the course, the size of the group, and the mode of the moving around the course. However, playing 18 holes on average for an average player is around 4 hours. For instance, for scoring, in the table you exchange cards and enter your partner's score down. At the end of each hole, for example, if the player is a par 4 and you manage to get down in 3 shots, then your partner you are playing with will enter the number 3 on the card of the hole. So therefore, you enter his score down on your card. This is done every hole until complete. The winner is deemed from the player who goes round the course in the least number of shots. However, if you're playing match play and your partner went down in par and you went down in bogey, which is 1 over par, then your partner would win the hole. But if you wish to win the next hole, If you was to win the next hole, then it would be all square again, and then you do this until you can't play any more holes, because one of you has one or more holes than there is left to play. For instance, if the score is 5-3 to your opposition, but there is only 1 hole left to play, then you don't play it because you can't win. Your opposition would be deemed with the winner. So looking at match officials, so we have referees, we have So a referee is defined in the rules of golf as one who is appointed by the committee to decide any questions and apply the rules. A referee must act on any rules that he observes or is reported to him. So we have a referee at the first tee. There will be a referee at the first tee to make sure that the player is carrying the right equipment and the correct number of clubs, and he will make sure the player can identify his ball. Also, he will be there to be of assistance to the players and to be on hand should the players have any doubts, and the referee will assist the correct procedure. We have a referee on the tee. This is recommended that the referee situates himself on the teeing area when the players are playing their tee shots, so he can see whether the players have teed their ball within the limits of the teeing ground, although the referee must make sure that he does not get in the way of the players. Between the tee and the green. So we also have a referee here. This referee must be between the tee and the green to ensure that if there is any doubt as to which player is to play first, so he can make sure he arrives in the area before the player, so that he can decide on the matter before the players are ready to play. It is recommended that the referee positions himself to observe each player making each stroke, although in some situations this will not be possible. However, referees must be careful not to hover over players so they are not distracted or feel uncomfortable. The last referee we have is on the putting green. So, on reaching the putting green, the referee should select a position where he can observe play without interference to any spectators. Some of the referee's responsibilities is, if a player is to play another ball because the original ball may be lost or out of bounds, ask the player whether it is a provisional ball. Also, we have, if a player is at any time plays a provisional ball or puts a second ball into play, ensure that the player can see both balls. If a player tees his ball ahead of the markers, make sure he knows before he drives. If a player is about to lift at a loose impediment in a bunker or water hazard, remind him that his ball is the hazard. If a player is about to perform the wrong procedure, call his attention to point out the correct procedure. So, also looking at the players, in a golf game, there is only a maximum of 4 people that can play as a group at any one time. You can play on your own, pair, 3-ball or 4-ball, as we said before, and these are the rules of golf. So, the ball at play, when you hit the ball out of bounds and can't find it, after 5 minutes of searching, add a penalty stroke, go back and drop the ball at the place where you played the last shot. On the tee, you may tee another ball if you think you have hit your provisional ball out of bounds, if you have hit your previous ball out of bounds or lost it outside a water hazard. Play a provisional ball before searching for the first one. You must state that you are playing a provisional ball, or you will have to play the first shot. So the fouls. So if we are looking at fouls of game, there are many fouls within golf. So if we pick the most common ones, we could look at you may lift a natural object not fixed or growing except in a water hazard or bunker. There's no penalty for this. However, if you do lift something in a hazard or bunker, in a water hazard or bunker, then you will be fined 1 penalty shot. So looking at another one, a movable man-made objects may be moved. For immovable objects, you may take relief by dropping away from them within 1 club length of the nearest point of relief, no nearer to the hole, except in a water hazard or if the object defines out of bounds. In a bunker, you must drop in the bunker. No penalty for this. Also, you may take relief from casual water, ground under repair, burrowing animal holes or casts, anywhere except in a water hazard. On a putting green, place at the nearest point of relief, no nearer to the hole, otherwise drop within 1 club length of the nearest point of relief, no nearer to the hole. If in a bunker, you must drop in a bunker. If you fail to drop within 3 shots, then place the ball down to the nearest point of where it should lie. There isn't a penalty for this. If you hit your ball into the water hazard and cannot find it or play it, either drop behind the point where the ball last crossed the hazard margin, or at the place where you placed the shot on the tee. On the tee, you may tee the ball 1 penalty stroke. If you hit into a lateral hazard, you may also drop within 2 club lengths of the point where the ball last crossed the hazard margin, or within 2 lengths of an equivalent distance from the hole on the opposite margin, 1 penalty stroke. So, looking at the regulations. So, golf's one of the few sports that is not played on a standard playing surface, meaning that providing you have a whole team ground, a club and a ball, it can be played anywhere. However, generally it is played on grass. Bent grass is considered the best grass for a golf course, as it has a fine texture and can withstand up to constant and low mowing, which is perfect. Golf courses vary in size. Some are very long and testing, whilst others are short and easy. There is no set rule on the dimensions of a golf course. The greens to putt on may be vast in size, and bunkers filled with sand can be wide and deep or shallow and small. The dimensions of any golf course are vastly different to one another. No golf course is built the same. So the regulations equipment you will need if you play a round of golf is some basic golf clubs, for instance a driver, iron, wedges and a putter. This is the standard clubs. However, from the regulations they only allow you to have a maximum of 14 clubs in your bag at any one time. Also, you will need to play a round of golf is golf balls and golf shoes, along with trousers and a t-shirt. Some people like the preference of wearing a special golf glove, which is usually worn on the weaker hand and aids grip to the club. Equipment for a referee could include an embroidered top or jacket and a walkie-talkie, so that they can communicate with other officials to determine what rule to lay down or any other inquiries they might have or receive. Scenarios. So you chip the ball onto the green, but in the process you hit the ball twice. Action. The player must count the stroke and add a penalty stroke, making it 2 strokes in all. 2. You hit the ball, but when doing so, the ball hits your golf bag. Action. You take the ball and 1 penalty stroke, and then play the ball as it lies. You are looking for your ball after you have taken your shot and accidentally stand on your ball. Action. You take a 1 stroke penalty and then replace the ball.